Well, it's not a tackle, but something happened today. Hello, people. This is GreenBean, and it is trade deadline day. Thank you for stopping by. This is a good day. Everybody's all excited, right? Twitter is a flutter. That's what it's doing. Twitter's a flutting, and it's exciting. We really thought we had a sneaking suspicion some things were going to happen. Number one, before we get started, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet and you want to wait till the end, doesn't matter which time you do it, but at least don't leave the video without doing it. It's a pretty friendly thing to do, and it benefits us a great deal over here. The other thing is you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. That's the big one. Hit that little red button, and YouTube says, ooh, look how important this person is, and they treat us differently. So if you would be so kind, do that, and all will be well. Now, look, the Jets, we have this general manager named Joe Douglas. Now, Joe Douglas has pretty much always done something at the trade deadline. It's almost like he can't help himself. He's got to. And he's even been known to wait to the last second. Last year it happened with LDT for Daniel Brown. Remember that one? And then they cut Daniel Brown 2 weeks later, and we scooped him back up. So Joe Douglas got him for free. And that was a great, immense help for the failing team that we had last year, because at least the quarterbacks, whoever they were, Zach, Josh, Mike, Joe, it didn't matter. They were getting killed because of one Greg Van Roten, and LDT came in and at least stopped. He plugged the dam, right? A big deal. So this year we were kind of looking for something. We thought maybe Joe Flacco was on the move because because Robert Saleh, or maybe all of them did it. They demoted him from 2 to 3 and elevated Mike White. We didn't know why. So we were thinking, oh, that's what's going on. Joe Flacco's going to be gone. That didn't happen. And then we thought maybe we're going to get Jack Conklin. There was talk of Tunsil and all kinds of other guys. Maybe we'll scoop somebody up somewhere for something. Maybe even trade Elijah Moore. None of that happened. We didn't go get a right tackle. We didn't get a left tackle. We didn't do anything. So what did happen? Well, the Jets decided to do something that I think is a net positive. I really do. It's not going to blow your doors off. Remember those Maxell commercials, the tapes and the hairs and everything spinning in because of the speakers? That's not that, right? We're not dealing with any of that stuff. But it's a good move. Now, Jacob Martin is being sent to the Broncos for a flip-flopperoon of a Jets 5th and a Broncos 4th in 2024. Now, honestly, when I first heard it, I'm like, 2024? It's like 10 years? I don't know what's up with this, but I felt like it was 5-6 years down the road. It's not. It's not this draft, but the next draft. So it's not that bad. Joe Douglas has done that before, too. With McClendon, he got his 7th 2 years later. He's not really playing the short game, and we know that. He's planning on being here a while, and he sets things up for the future. He has no problem doing that. But we lost a player and didn't get anything back for this year. So what does it mean? Well, number one, Jacob Martin was part of the defensive line rotation. Now, if you've been watching the Jets or watching this channel or any other Jets content creator, we've been uber hyper focused on the percentage of snaps that our defensive linemen are getting in the rotation, right? Quinnen, Carl, Solomon, right? Nathan, all these fun first names that we never use. All those guys, we would like something to be happening, and the Jets are doing something else, right? Some guys are getting a little bit more playing time than maybe we think they should get. And what this does is it removes someone that has not been impacting the game all that much. He did have 1.5 sacks. I believe, a couple tackles, like nothing crazy. He's not terrible, but he's not really doing much. But he's taken time from guys who are, right? So the Jets seem like they're incapable of not playing a guy on the defensive line if he's on the team. It's like they have to. They got to give him at least 20% or something like 19, 20. So what this does is it helps them, Jeff Ulbrich, White Cotton, Saleh. It takes a guy out so they can save themselves from themselves. You don't now have to play 20% of the snaps You don't have to give that to a guy who's not producing. When a guy like Bryce Huff, like Michael Clemens, Jermaine Johnson, when he comes back, these are the guys that are going to impact the game. Three of them, all of them have upside. They can actually get better. Now, Jacob Martin's still young, but it's kind of, it's like, he's not doing much. He's not doing what we thought he was going to do. Remove him. You have a crowded room. You have plenty of talent, plenty of young talent you want to see. And this removes and gives that 20% or so to Bryce Huff, who has been a demon, to Michael Clemens, who has stricken fear into the hearts of opposing teams, right? He does. Or Jermaine Johnson, who was having himself a very solid rookie season before the injury. It enables us to use those guys in more scenarios, more situations, and I'm all for it. I really am. I think it's great on that level. Now, maybe they could have just not played him. Maybe, but they don't seem to be able to do that. So here we are. The other thing, guys, and this is probably more in line with the actual benefit that from Joe Douglas's point of view is he just got back $6.12 something million. Okay? For the cap for this year and next year. He gets it back. So maybe looking at the move and going, I'm not really getting what I wanted out. I'm just not. Being tight next year, we know we have lots of guys to sign, all this stuff. I'd rather have that $6 million. I think it's $4 million this year, $6 million next year. Either way, he gets all that back. So now we get to see our younger guys that are ours, that guys that coming through our little development program, Huff, Clemens, JJ. We get to see those guys more, and we get the money back. And I think that's really what it's all about. Now, we like to pick this, sure. But in 2024, we'll be happy about it. And again, Joe Douglas is playing the long game. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't see a tackle brought in, but word is that, Max Mitchell, George Fant, those types of guys are going to be back right after the bye. So if we could just get through this next, it's just very, very difficult game. If we could do that without getting anybody killed, it looks like we'll be in a better scenario. So what do you think? Are you happy, unhappy? Did you expect Elijah Moore maybe to be moved? Anything? Let me know in the comments. That all said, guys, have a great rest of trade deadline day. And as always, go Jets.